I'm Emily Austin, textile conservator here at Museum of London. I'm just going to talk to you today about this beautiful costume here, which is a costume worn by Anna Pavlova, who was a ballet dancer at the beginning of the 20th century. She's believed to have worn this roughly around 1910, so it's quite an old piece, and as you can see it's looking a little bit sad. So this is my next project that I'm going to be working on, is bringing this piece back to its former glory. I'll tell you a little bit about the background of this piece. Anna Pavlova was a Russian ballet dancer who was at the height of her fame around the turn of the 20th century. She wore this piece, she was believed to have worn for a solo piece called the Dying Swan, which was a individual performance that she generally did at galas, and later went on to inspire some of the Swan Lake, as we know. We know that there's roughly 3 or 4 of similar costumes in the world, but we don't know exactly when this one was dated from, but we think roughly around 1910. So the first stage of treating an object like this is to carry out a condition assessment, which was I carried out a few months ago. And overall, we're estimating that it will take over 100 hours to complete the treatment of this. It's such a complex garment with multi-layers and different materials on that it's going to need that time to work on it. We've got these 2 layers of the tutu skirt with gelatin sequins, and then these large sections of feathers are goose feathers, which are layered up and glued and stitched together. And then we have the main bodice of the dress, which is silk and various boned structure underneath to hold the shape of it. It's lost a lot of its shape. The elastic on the shoulders is gone, so it's going to take quite a bit to get it back looking good again. So the first thing that I will work on is the tulle silk skirt. There's various holes around the edge where it's just degraded over time. It's quite weak, so I'll be putting some patch support on those areas to make sure that it's strong enough to go on display and that the damage doesn't get any worse. The main part of the treatment will be improving the look and strength of the feathered areas. There's a lot of abrasion that's happened around here on these larger feathers, which we'll want to look at realigning those and getting them stronger and perhaps even infilling them, as well as a lot of the smaller feathers, which are also for example, this one here, which is, it's broken in one area and it's looking like, it could easily become detached. And then the shoulder straps as well, where these feathers have become quite distorted. We'll also be looking at getting those stronger as well. And then finally, this whole costume needs a new storage mount so that it can be fully supported while it's sitting in our stores, as well as hopefully a display mount for it as well.